Libra, hi. So this is going to be a reading for April 25th to May 1st. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out all the info about that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Libra. All right, the overall energy for the reading, the Wheel of Fortune. Some things are changing here. Energies are changing. Okay, we'll see what's what. In the recent past, the Ace of Cups flipped out in reverse, the Ace of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. I feel like you pursued something here. You may have thought it was love. I don't know if it was. With the Ace of Cups in reverse, I don't know if it was. It was passion, definitely. It was that sense of attraction. It was that sense of, oh, I want it because I feel certain things about it. But it wasn't love necessarily. And you were very confident in pursuing this too. In the current situation, the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Wands. You just don't want to deal with some sort of conflict here, but I feel like it's tied up to you. So as much as you're going to try to run away from it, and the more you're going to try to run away from it, the bigger it's going to get in terms of how you're going to feel about it, what's going to happen here with this conflict. So I see almost like a sense of stubbornness here on your side to just not deal with it. No, not mine. Nope. Take it away. Nope. But it is yours. Maybe not yours directly, but it does affect you, you know? So I see a push against dealing with this, whatever this is. In the immediate future, the Lovers, the Seven of Wands, the Emperor. There's definitely a connection here that's quite important to you. There's a little bit of something going on there in terms of you're coming in... If this is you, I don't even know if it's you. There's something that rejects this connection, but it's still here. It's kind of the same principle as what's going on in the current situation, where there's a conflict here, there's a conflicting energy, and you're pushing against it. You're like, nope. So, let's clarify. Let me clarify the Wheel of Fortune. The Page of Wands, the Star, the Five of Swords. I feel like you're in the middle of trying to figure out if what you want is actually what you want. You know, kind of in the middle of that place of, wait a minute, kind of trying to gain clarity. You know, is this really what I want, or is this what I think I want? Because there's a difference there. There's what's best for you, and usually your higher self knows exactly what that is. And then comes the mind and tells you, oh, this looks pretty, let's go for it. You know, but it's not necessarily what's best for you. So you're kind of there. You are already treating the situation with less and less, you're giving it less and less energy. So that in itself is going to tell me, your intensity dropped here in terms of, this is what I want, you know. But then comes the deceptive part where you're looking at it and you're like, still kind of in that place of, I don't know, I really want this. But there's something around that for you. That's why there's a change here, because I feel like something is kind of cracking here for you. Let's do the Ace of Cups in the reverse in the recent past. Seriously? Ace of Cups in the upright, the Fool, the Emperor. Okay, so there was love here, definitely. However, at this point in time, you weren't acting under the love that was there. So it's like carrying this emotion very deep inside of you. But I see it more as your action towards it rather than the emotion itself. The emotion was definitely there as it's shown up here. tied up to your higher self again, but then you are coming from a place of, well, no, it's about the physical aspect of it. I want them in front of me. Otherwise it's not love, you know, and it comes from a place of attraction more than love in the way that you approached it, but there was love there. It was just not acted upon. It was just not, you were not definitely, you were not aligned with it at that moment in time when you pursued this situation. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me see the Queen of Swords. Wands. Queen of Wands. The Ace of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Temperance card. Yeah, you are coming from a place of I want for things to work right now, even though the situation required patience. And I feel like there was none, especially when we're coming from that passion that we carry, right? Oh, right now. So that's why you weren't necessarily seeing underneath. You weren't necessarily getting in touch with what was underneath, which were bigger emotions that needed to be felt rather than manipulated or controlled in a way that would serve us, or we thought served us. And I don't know why I'm talking as if I'm, you know, with you there. Well, I am, kind of. But definitely more from a place of need rather than aligning with how you felt. Let's see here, the Four of Pentacles in the current situation. The Eight of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Sun. All right, so by avoiding this Five of Wands, which again, I don't know what it is, it's an energy of conflict, possibly disagreement, not being on the same page, rough words being thrown at, I don't know, I really don't know. But definitely a sense of trying to avoid that and kind of stubbornly being like, no, I need happiness in my life. I don't need this. And of course, I agree. You do need happiness. But there's little that's being done to take you in that place of happiness. Because again, if this, even if it's indirectly tied up to you, this energy right here, it still kind of creates some sort of energy inside of you. So that in itself is not gonna allow you necessarily to align with happiness as much as you're searching for it here. So that's why you're confused about why can't I, you know, just kind of throw it in the garbage and kind of move on and live happier days. Because you're carrying part of this energy with you, which is icky. That energy is not happy, you know? And all you need to do is heal it. Stop running away from it. The more you run, the bigger it's gonna get. Let's do the Seven of Swords. Man, I just woke up, Libra. Give me a minute or an hour. For the Seven of Swords, you get the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Look, I understand the energy that you're coming from. It's a beautiful energy. It's that of, I need to put myself first. I need to take care of me. This, not part of where I'm going, where I'm heading for myself. You know, all of this icky stuff. But please make sure that all of this icky stuff is not that little bit part that you're carrying with you. That's part of your energy. So that makes your energy great in that department of trying to put yourself first and taking care of yourself, but at the same time carries a little ounce of ick. This is mine too. So I need to face it rather than try to push it away, pretend that it's not mine, and then, you know, happy comes. Somehow this is tied up to you, otherwise it wouldn't show up here. And all you're showing me is good intentions in terms of where you want to head, but you want to head in a direction that's completely opposite of this and separate of this. So that's basically a direction that's completely opposite and separate of part of you, you know. Let's do the Five of Wands, which that's not necessarily putting yourself first. For the Five of Wands, you get the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles. Well, this conflict definitely belongs to you. It's tied up to this Queen of Wands that showed up in the past, that was that eager kind of, yeah, let's do this because I want this and because I feel so, but I wanted, it comes with a sense of almost control, almost trying to control the situation so that it's, you know, to your advantage, or at least in the way you think about it. And again, thinking is what caused this problem to begin with. And even though you dropped in intensity here by what you're showing me, and maybe you don't want for things in the way that you used to, your actions in the past kind of stayed and created this conflict. And it could be your own inner conflict again, you know, or it could be a conflict with someone else. I don't know. But it is tied up to you, definitely. And I'm not going to say you're the one that created this conflict. I don't even know what the hell happened here. Doesn't even matter. I'm just saying that it's part of you. You know? Let's do the Lovers in the immediate future. Six of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. So this connection shows up here, and you're looking at this connection and the way you're interacting with this connection, and it could all be at an energetic level, but in the way that you're connecting with it, you're showing up pretty strong. You're showing up pretty independent, knowing what you want. It makes you feel good that you have this situation tied up to your heart. It makes you feel good. It's a very different energy than the one in the past where you were kind of like, charge, I'm gonna make it happen. You know, this is more independent. This is more kind of observing at what this connection brings for you, which even if physically it's not there, it's still going to bring a lot of lessons for you to learn. And I feel like you're starting to step into the appreciation of that, into the acknowledgement of that, you know, very different energy. Let's do the Seven of Wands, King of Swords, Queen of Cups, Nine of Swords. Okay. This is a battle between mind and heart, basically. And when the mind wins, there's a whole lot of rejection towards a whole lot of things that are happening around you. The heart is in there trying to come out, trying to be like, come on, Libra, come on, give me a chance here. But for some reason, you're giving it to the mind. You know, you're feeding the mind here. And it's kind of creating a little bit of a hassle here for you, a little bit of a stress. Man, and you're coming from a good place here. But then you immediately drop into the mind space, into the space of, I have control over this. And when you lose the sense of emotions there completely, you don't really. You know, the mind makes you think that, but you don't. You start rejecting a whole bunch of things. So this is your own struggle that's showing up here. Let's do the Emperor. In the immediate future, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords. It almost feels like, because you're definitely dealing with another energy, but it almost feels like when they're stepping into that sense of taking charge, taking control, it almost feels like they're pulling you right there with them in terms of mirroring, in terms of what they're experiencing. Because they're experiencing that, you have the tendency to kind of fall in that place again of the mind. Kind of like they're coming from this energy. So if they find me, they don't find me in the same energy, oops, you know, so I got to step up. Of course, you're not doing it consciously. It's a matter of how you're responding to what you're getting from them. If they're giving you the King of Swords or the Knight of Swords or the mind elements, you're going to step up in those elements. So I feel like that's why the struggle of the mind and the heart comes in for you, you know. Not to blame anybody here, because it's not, I mean, you can respond in whichever way you want. It feels like an automatic response almost. They're showing up in the heart, oops, I'm in the heart too. They're showing up in the mind, I'm in the mind. Again, not doing it consciously. So be a little more aware of how you're responding to, especially this energy's, what they're bringing forward, you know? Because if you start being aware, you kind of got it here, where you can do something about it. Let's see what the universe has. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how anybody shows up. It's our response to it that matters, that we have that control over. Anything else, doesn't matter. They can show up as a, you know, coming in town with the circus. You're not going to turn into a lion, or I don't know. Let's see. Four of Wands, Knight of Swords, the Justice card. Whatever is happening here is leading towards something quite good. It's leading towards commitment, possibly. There you are with the Justice card. So at least from your side, you're kind of trying to make it right here, whatever that means for this situation. Energies are kind of bouncing up and down all over the place. You're kind of trying to ground them and make it right, where it feels like, you know, we're equal. Now, don't confuse that again with that place of, if they're showing up from the mind, I show up from the mind, and then we're equal. No, that's not it. You know, so pay attention to your response to what's going on here, and make sure it's yours and it's coming from you. So yeah, there's definitely changes here, changes in energy, changes in you acknowledging certain things for yourself, and, you know, really putting yourself first, which I feel like that's the intention to begin with. So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.